Hey, welcome back, fourth grade. We are going to do practice lesson 2, but before we get started, if you haven't done practice lesson 1, be sure to watch that one first because it gives you a lot of good information. So, practice lesson 2, there's 2 words that we need to talk about, exactly and nearest.
All right, Miss Williams, so if you can tell that this lesson is going to be based on those keywords because it tells us up here at the top, exactly and nearest, what do those words mean?
Well, exactly, I think, means the number without rounding. So we're looking for the exact number.
So when you're working these problems, if you see the word exact in there, you know that you are not going to round the numbers to find your answer. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
So nearest, that word we're going to round with. Is that right, Miss Ambrose?
I agree. So we'll do some rounding if we see the word nearest. Today, we are going to do just one of the problems that are on this worksheet, and we're going to kind of skip around. We want you guys to look at number 6 with us. So give me just 1 second to get that into view, and we're going to do this problem together. Okay, Miss Williams, I think I have it there.
All right. Number 6 says, Lucinda buys a measuring tape for $11.35 and a wrench for $6.40. Exactly how much change should she receive if she pays with a $20 bill?
Okay, so we have to look at that problem because this problem has multiple steps in it. First of all, we need to figure out the total price of what Lucinda spent for the 2 items that she buys. So Lucinda buys a measuring tape for how much?
It was $11.35.
$11.35, and she also buys a wrench for
$6.40.
Okay, so if we're going to figure out the total that she spent, we're going to have to add those 2 numbers together. And we have to be careful when we're adding money or any numbers that have decimals in it that we make sure we line up our place values. So if I have $11.35 here, we have to line up the 6 underneath the $1 place and make sure we line up our decimals so that our tenths and hundredths also line up. Now, it said we bought those together. So is that adding or subtracting, Miss Williams?
That is going to be adding.
Okay, so we're going to add these numbers together. So I have $11.35 plus $6.40. So we're going to start all the way over here with our hundredths place and add those together first. So everybody should be able to get this because 5 plus nothing or 5 plus 0 is?
5.
All right, and we have 3 plus 4 is?
7.
7. And now what we do with our decimals, when we're adding or subtracting with money, we just bring that decimal straight down. That's why we have to be very careful to make sure we line those up. So we're going to continue adding with our ones place. So we have 6 plus 1 is?
7.
And 1 plus nothing is?
1.
All right, so I end up with 1775. Oh, look, right there at F. F's of 1775, Miss Williams.
Yes, but it's trying to trick you.
Oh, that's right, because we're trying to find out how much change we'd get back if we paid with a $20 bill. So this is how much money we spent. We have to figure out how much change we would get. So if I paid with $20, I would have to do what to figure out how much change I would get back, Miss Williams?
Well, if we think about it, change was under subtraction on our word wall, so I'm going to say we're going to subtract.
I agree. So we're going to subtract how much money we spent, which was $17.75. All right. Now, this is one thing we've struggled with this year in the school, so we want to make sure that you guys are working on this correctly at home. Remember, when we subtract, if there's more on the floor, we have to go next door and borrow because we cannot say 0 minus 5 is 5 because that's incorrect.
Right.
So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go next door. Uh-oh, there's a problem because there's not a number there. So remember, we continue this problem until we get to a whole number, and that would be all the way over here in our tens place, which would be the 2. So we would borrow from this 2, and that 2 would become a
1.
And then we're going to share back with our neighbor every time. So we're going to share back there all the way back till we get to where we can actually work the problem out. So now we have 10 minus 5 is?
5.
Then 9 minus 7. Check that first before you subtract. Is there more on the floor? No. So more on top, no need to stop. So 9 minus 7 is?
2.
2. We bring our decimal straight down, just like we did with the addition. And then 9 minus 7 is?
2.
And 1 minus 1 is
0.
So we end up with the change of $2.25. So her change that she got back after she purchased her items and paid with a $20 bill is $2.25. So we're going to go up here to our choices. We have F says $17.75. Oh, look right there. G says $2.25. So what we're going to do on that is we are going to circle this problem. And then we're going to get to our bubble sheet. You guys, this is linked at the bottom, and it's also found on our documents page that you can go in and click on. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at what problem we're arguing. This says problem number 6. So we're going to go find problem number 6 on our bubble sheet. And we said the answer was G. So we're going to bubble in G on here. Now, what we're going to want you guys to do with this bubble sheet, once you're done with all of this, you can either take a picture of this and email it back to us so we can grade it, or you can turn it back in with your packet.
Yep, sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay, so what we want you guys to do today for the rest of your lesson is we want you to complete the rest of these questions on your own. And if you have questions at any time, feel free to email us, and you can find our email addresses in the links below this video. Finish these, and then we also have an IXL that we want you to do today, which is going to be M7, and we want you to work on this one, and this one is on money, which is going to be finding the change, just like this problem was. And remember, if you guys have any questions, make sure that you email us, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for lesson 3.
That's right. Thanks, guys.